All right, we're really excited because this is our official first podcast. And are we excited? Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
we're excited. All right, cool, cool. All right, my name is Noan Cruz. I am the HYM youth pastor here, and I've been serving now 21 years, soon to be 22 years. None of you were born. So none of you were alive or a thought, but we're really excited because we're gonna be on this journey. So our students came up with this idea. I don't even know where we left off, but we're going to dive in and we're really excited to bring this podcast an idea of really understanding, answering like big God questions, but also understanding that how do we dive in? Okay. So we know the first season of this podcast, as this is like episode one, we have a lot of questions. Yes or no?
Of
All right,
course.
of course, yes. Okay, so we have a lot of questions, and I think one of the biggest things is understanding like we live in a world that has a lot of diverse thoughts, beliefs, ideologies, and really, when it comes to students, it could be overwhelming to understand like how do we understand our core beliefs as believers, and then how do we stand in contrast to like other beliefs. So, for myself, as well as my guest that I'm going to introduce in a little bit, we're going to dive into a topic where we're going to look at what it is to understand biblical truth. So, in this series, as we look at it, it's like, what is it that sets Christianity apart? What are the different type of religions that are out there? Why are some popular? Why are some not as popular? So my hope is that we can get that. So before I go into that, I gotta introduce my people. I'm gonna go ladies first. On the far end over here, I'm gonna just ask you to say your first name and what grade are you in, and I don't know what's your like favorite dish to eat.
Okay. Well, I'm Stephanie and I'm in 12th grade. And my favorite dish to eat? Probably pozole,
What kind?
the red kind.
The red kind.
Well,
What?
green one's good too.
Okay, all right. So all love for all pozole, 100%. Next to you is.
Naama, and I'm in 12th grade as well. And my favorite dish is soup. All kinds of soup.
You already know I was gonna ask you follow up. All right, and to my right.
My name is Alex. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite food is tacos. All tacos.
All tacos. I would have to say that. All right, we have our students in the background, various students. We got them on cameras, we got some on phones, and we got one that's just relaxing, arms wide open, just like the song. Uh, so we're really excited. Okay, now each episode we're gonna go over some questions and we're going to have guests eventually to come on and join us. But I think here is really understanding like how do we uncover biblical truth and how do we apply it into our everyday life. But before I even go into all that, I want to know because this is your guys' podcast, we're coming out of the holidays, right? Did you guys enjoy your Christmas? Did you guys enjoy New Year's?
Yeah, it was
I almost said Thanksgiving. I don't know why, but I guess we can include it. All right. Since coming back, what do you feel? What's one thing that you've been excited coming back so far these first 2 weeks back in school, and maybe one thing that you just really aren't excited about? Anybody can go.
Well, I guess I'll go. um, One thing I'm excited for is in my AP environmental science class, we are doing a project about like farming. And yeah, it's really cool. Um, my teacher like gave us like assigned us groups and we're doing like this thing where we have a hypothetical farm and she gave us 500 acres to like do whatever we want with it. But she gave us like conditions like what our soil type is and like what's the average temperature of our farm. And she's just like try to find like the crops that would grow best and then like make sure your growing methods are sustainable. And so it's cool. It's really hard to like like take everything into consideration, like temperature and like what kind of soil, like because our soil is like called clay loam, which
Mhm.
is like it floods easily, like it doesn't capture water well. I don't know. So it's hard to like take that into consideration with everything else to find the right crops. But I'm excited for that because we're gonna go on a field trip to natural
Nice.
farms.
Oh wow,
So
nice. What's one thing that you haven't been too excited about coming back?
um I haven't been too excited about like just entering back into doing work all the time and like just I'm scared of senioritis hitting. I'm scared of like getting overwhelmed with work, but I think it should be fine.
Nice. Awesome. How about you, Nama?
So something I'm excited about returning to school after 2 weeks or 3 weeks um is graduating in like 5 months. So I'm really happy about that. But one thing I'm being broad right now, but one thing I'm not excited for is all the tests and exams coming up, especially in May, because I have a lot of APs to take. I just want to cry thinking about it.
How many you got to take?
I have to take 7 AP exams.
Oh, it's 7?
Yeah, in total.
All right, you guys. For all my prayer warriors over there, just asking for prayer. Hashtag pray for Nama. Uh,
God.
all right, Alex, how about you?
I'm excited that I get to go back to school because I get to play soccer with my friends again. Something that I don't like is that my elective only has 5 people in it.
Really?
That
What elective?
robotics, that class usually has like 40.
What happened? You don't know? Have you asked the teacher? I bet you it's a teacher.
No,
No?
because the year before that I had Spanish and that class was also small. It was only like 15. And then it was like every single the same person. They also moved to robotics, but those people already had it, so they like switched out. They just switched, and then there's only like 5 of us left.
Dang, that's crazy. So what's one thing you're not excited about school?
All the work.
All the work, yeah. I feel you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you become an adult, it's only work. So
Thank
Yeah.
you for the tip.
yeah, stay in school. Uh, even though it's not the work you guys want. I think for me, I was off as well for quite a bit. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed was understanding just family time. And ever since coming back to work, it's been really good. I think this will lead me to the next topic of questions. It's just unfortunate because the first week we hit these wildfires, and I think like I don't know who's gonna watch this. I don't think people realize we're all good. Like we're safe, right? Like we're south of where the fires were, so they're Palisades. We tend to argue here in the church where north, south, west, and east is. So like north of where we're at is where the fires were, and unfortunately, so many thousands of people lost their homes. And at the time of this recording, this is MLK weekend, but today was a day of service where a company that we all know or don't know, it's called Fanatics. They sell a bunch of sport memorabilia. So all of the major sport organizations in LA, so men's and women professional sports, they all opened up their stadiums and just donated clothes, like hygiene essentials, everything that you can think of for people. And it was crazy because I was watching the news and there were people that were actually saying, like, this is literally all I've had since the fire broke. Like, I don't have anything else. I've just been, luckily, they bought underwear and socks, but like the same jeans, the same jacket, right? So today was a really special day. Again, at the time of this recording, that the efforts, right? There's been millions of dollars already raised in various channels. But I think like asking students how like did the fires affect you in any way, like mentally or like just maybe emotionally or maybe even spiritually? Like I know for me it was all of the above. I love this city and I think it's a city that God really loved, and I know there's gonna be good things that are gonna happen like they've had, but I also know that there's moments of hurt, and I've been alive long enough to know the big earthquake in Northridge and now this fire. I know in 2018 it was a really big fire as well, but this one was really, really bad. I don't know. What are some thoughts? I would love to hear from you all. Like, how did you feel? Were there some concerns? Yeah. And I don't know. That's kind of like what I throw out there for y'all. Yeah.
Personally, the fires didn't affect me as much as other people. I know a lot of people who got affected by it or like people they know. So to see that happening was like, oh, that's crazy. And then at school, it's like we got the day off, and that was pretty. I mean, it's good we got the day off, but not really because a lot of people were going through it, and it's just been quite scary for the most part because of the evacuation alerts. So my heart really dropped when we got it, but it was all by accident.
Wait. Did you guys get the one at 3:30 in the morning?
Oh,
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it either.
yeah, at different times. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because I think my cousin said she got one at like 5 a.m.
Uh-huh.
Really? I thought I heard people got it at 4.
I didn't get it at all.
Dude, I thought the resurrection, like Jesus came back. That's how that woke me up, man. I was like, that was crazy. Oh man. All right. All right. So as you can tell, the power went out for us. Not all of it, but we were talking about the wildfires. I know that we talked about the alerts, and that was a little scary. As you said, people were getting it at different times. So like in our house, Felisa and I, the alarms went off at the same time, and then Noah's went, and then what?
She had the microphones.
Yeah, she had them on. Yeah, the headphones. Yeah, and then Noah's went off. Then my father-in-law. It was like at first it was like same time, and then dun, 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 and then you could hear the apartments as well, like all their alarms going off. I was just like, man. So there was so many memes on that. But it,
Yeah, there were.
yeah, there had a lot of memes. But I don't know. What are some thoughts that come to mind? What are some concerns maybe that you have? Like thinking about future, right? Unless God comes back, you guys are basically the future of LA. How does that feel to know that essentially you might have some few areas that are going to look different? I don't know. Gentrification.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty scary because a lot of people in politics right now just want to stay in control. So it's just like,
Is that a topic you want to get on, Linda?
not at the moment. So it's just like, we can't do anything. Well, we can, but it's just very limited right now. And then once we get into where they're all 6 feet under, I mean, rest in peace. One super time. But like, it's gonna be hard to manage it later in the future because we're not managing it right now. So the fires right now might get worse or not, or like, I don't know. It all depends. I guess we might learn that more in AP bio. AP
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe your farm might find some answers.
Maybe.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know, Alex. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be weird because we're obviously gonna like evolve and advance like technology, like it, and then I also keep on getting these videos about like how it's like something about like how a doctor is using like AI, and they says you have 5 days to live, so it's gonna be
Why are you watching videos like this? It just came up on your feed. Are you guys sad about TikTok?
Yes, I'm devastated, guys.
You could just save them and then
They're like,
scream.
but like this.
Do you have over 7,000?
Yeah, like saved on my TikTok account. I'm like, they're all so like favorited, you know?
7,000.
Yes, my friend has like 17K. So this is nothing.
How many do you have? Yeah. 40,000? Alexa, no, you don't. No, you don't.
She's checking.
Mario, how many do you have? Like, save videos or like,
5,000.
dude.
I mean, I don't know how many I have.
I think it's like 8,000.
I have 0. I don't have TikTok. I don't have TikTok. This guy sent me a TikTok video and I couldn't open it. I was like, I couldn't open it.
I'll forward the message to someone else.
How many? 34.3 thousand.
Wow.
Even Mario looked at you like,
No, it's
hey, I don't. Do you have TikTok? You had it?
Mm,
You don't use it no more?
saves.
No?
Mm.
Did you ever save videos when you did? No? Man, why are you being so short with me? I was just asking. No?
Just extend your answer.
I was just asking,
No,
bro. I have 0, just like I don't. All right.
because he doesn't have TikTok.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok. Well, it's not going to be around. So
Speaking
what's
of cattle,
Yeah, I'm gonna come back. It's really late. I'm gonna let them delete it. Come on, guys.
that's why everyone's going to Reno. So
Okay, all right, back on track. All right, so we're praying. We want to say thank you to all the firefighters, all the first responders, National Guard, all of our politicians. Yeah, everyone's gonna have different opinions on it, and I think it's fair to always assess them. But they're trying their best. But I'm also giving a shout out to all of you who have volunteered, either through donation, prayer, posting stuff, reposting things, just to get the word out of everything that we could do to help. That's really important. And I think on behalf of our church, I'm happy to say that we will be making a monetary donation to a nonprofit. I'm not going to say it because we have to mention it to everyone else. So I can't give that exclusive. Sorry. But there is an approved amount that we're going to be donating, and more to come. You guys should get a video on that or a post. All right. Last thing to close out. Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., no longer with us. A man of service, a man of just breaking those barriers of social injustice. Not just him, but many, many people, right? And when I think about our black and brown, specifically in LA, and really all over the world, it's a big thing, right? And I'm not gonna get into just the equality of race and I there's amazing work that we got a lot of work to do. We've had some great strides, but I kind of want to focus on who he was about getting people to get activated and to get out and to serve. So I want to know for you all, what does MLK? Because you guys are in the schools. I don't really know. I've been disconnected for a minute, but I know that for me, it was always now. What's come forward now is hey, we're not just having a day off. We're gonna actually serve and help. So it's actually like a weekend of service or a day of service. I know majority of you probably just want to sleep in, but um, I want to know, what does MLK Day mean for you, or from your own experience and what you've learned? What do you think about what it means to give to people and help others, and how has that shown up when you hear the story of MLK, Alex? I'm not asking for anything super deep, right? Just when you hear school talk to you about MLK Day, what comes to mind for you?
Uh, I feel inspired to be as determined as him.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. How about for you?
I just feel grateful because without him and many other activists, we wouldn't be here today, or we wouldn't have as much equality or rights.
How about you?
When I think of MLK, I feel like what the word that comes to me is courage. Because he, I mean, he demonstrated a lot of courage through marches he's done. What was it, the march on the bridge that they did
Oh, in Selma?
in Selma?
Yeah.
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 Where people were getting beat by police officers, and they were sending their dogs against people. And I just think about courage and how it takes one person to really step up and give other people that courage. It's courage is something that you can't really you have to put it to practice. But I think the thing that's hard about courage is you have to take that initial step. You have to overcome the fear to be able to continue doing courageous acts,
Yeah. No. I 100%. You unfolded that really well. I follow you. And I think that's really key. And I think that kind of wraps us up. I think that the key thing of courage, it also reminds me the courage that we know in John 3:16, right? For God to love the world, that he sends his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. Who was that person? It was none other than Jesus. Jesus was courageous as enough and knew what his calling was, to go to the cross and to die for our sins. And in a way, not just Martin Luther King Jr., but many of those here in the room and those that are watching, we all have to find the courage as well to do things in life, just like Jesus did, just like MLK, Rosa Parks, right? Cesar Chavez, a lot of different people that I think of that come to mind. It's really big. So that kind of wraps it up. I think, do we feel good? It took a minute for us to prep all this. We got to figure out this light. We're excited one day to have a podcast studio. But more importantly, we want to say thank you for watching. I don't know, any last minutes, any thoughts you guys want to say, put out there, shout outs? Stay tuned. Okay.
Oh, I wanted to say something.
Yes.
It smells like up dog in here.
Alex. I did not see that coming. Alex, any last words? No? None? All right. Wow. This should be good. You're going to see rotating guests on here, but if there's someone here that you want to see again, please let us know. Other than that, shout out to our people in the background. And more importantly, I hope you guys can join us. And don't forget, the biggest thing we need you to do is like and subscribe. We should have said that in the beginning, but at the end, it's just as well if you're still watching. But I hope you guys can, if you're listening to us as well on podcasts, we hope that you can share this. Again, it's just a youth pastor and his students, and we're excited to bring some different topics to you guys all the way from Los Angeles, California, but specifically in the city of Torrance, borderlining Carson, borderlining Lomita, Wilmington. It is Iglesia Bautista Oreb. And here's the thing, our youth ministry, HYM, our biggest 3 pillars is to create, engage, and transform. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. And other than that, I'm not going to repeat what Stephanie said, but we'll see you soon. All right.